What's your favorite scary movie?
Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. So I am so excited to have today's guest back on the channel. Today I'm talking to Alix West Lefler about Speak No Evil, where she plays Agnes. Thank you so much for coming on the show today again.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. It's always, nice to have you on the show. Like I said, it's a little bit different compared to the, last time, a switch of genres for sure. So just to
Mhm.
kind of like start things off, when you came across this project, what had you so excited to join the film, but also to play this character?
Well, I mean, definitely everybody that was already cast. I mean, James McAvoy, Scoot McNair, and Mackenzie Davis, such amazing actors. And just really, when I first read the script, I was blown away. I just wanted to keep hearing more and more. And I was so interested with it. And I'm so grateful that I was able to be a part of this whole experience.
Okay, so that I know like sometimes when you get cast, like not necessarily everyone is already, attached to the project. So yeah, seeing some of those big names, I'm sure you're must like, wow, I mean, this would be a dream come true to get to work with some of these guys.
Mhm.
Now, as far as like, were you familiar at all with the original film that came out a few years ago, or did director James Watkins, did he kind of tell you to stay away from that because he wanted this film to be like its own thing?
Well, I definitely heard about it, but I think personally I wanted to wait until after the film so that I could kind of build the character myself and really, I guess, mold into the character so that I could have my own perspective of things. But I still really have to watch the movie. I haven't gotten the chance to yet, but
The original film?
yeah.
So I'll tell you, Alex, that I hadn't seen the original film either prior to going into this movie, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into this film not having seen that, so then I don't really know what to expect. And I loved the movie. It was just really tense throughout. And same thing with you now that like that I've seen this, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the original just to see how they're different like overall. But yeah, I love your performance like overall as Agnes. What kind of description did you get for her initially, and just how did you kind of prepare yourself to get into her mindset for the film?
Well, first of all, thank you. I really appreciate it. Um, And I guess just I really dug through the script and really looked at all the description. And I mean, the first 2 weeks of filming wasn't actually filming. It was just going through all of the script and really breaking it down and making sure everybody was ready to perform and ready to be around the set and start filming. So it was really easy to it was a lot easier to get into the role and stuff with all of these pros around me and how much practice we all had.
Did you do because like when we see Agnes, she's a little anxious. Did you do kind of like any research into that topic just to kind of prepare to play the character at all, or?
I did actually, yeah. I did some research on what it's like to have a panic attack because Agnes definitely had a whole thing with like scratching her arms, and James Watkins really wanted to really add the scratching in and how that affects her and how Hoppy is really attached to her. And I looked up and researched what it's like to be so attached to something and what it's really like to be in that sort of position, which really helped me.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think those little details they go a lot way in adding to the character. So, and before we go any further, guys, I know I was supposed to mention this at the beginning, but we haven't gotten into any like big spoilers. But just heads up, like the interview might have some spoilers regarding the film, just where it's been out now. Make sure you guys see the movie, and then come back and finish the interview. But yeah. The scenery for the different like filming locations that you guys got to film at was just absolutely gorgeous. So what was it like to get to film and like the different countryside and stuff like that?
Filming on all of the different sets was so amazing. Especially the farmland or the ranch was so much fun. There was this swing that Dan and I would go out to and always go on, and just going on little car rides back and forth from set to all the trailers. It was just so much fun. And Dan and I would hop in the back of these what are they called? Four-wheelers or something?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. And also Croatia, we went there for about 2 weeks and getting to go to all the beaches and exploring new places and meeting all the people. It was a lot of fun.
So like in between like shooting scenes, did you get a chance? Did you get to go around like exploring the different areas outside of just like where you were filming or?
Yeah, yeah, we did. We had some chances to go out and look where everything was, and we got to go on a bunch of train rides to see different places like Bath. I think I went to, yeah, I went to Bath.
Oh, that's really cool. And so what was your overall like I'm sure you loved them all, but like what was like your favorite set that you got to work on? Was it the farmhouse that you were talking about or?
Yeah, the ranch was definitely my favorite. It holds a lot of memories from filming Speak No Evil, and it really holds a good place in my heart.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, oh, whenever you get to work on like actual physical locations, I mean, that always just adds like to the experience and puts you guys, like in the character's mindset. What scene or scenes were you most looking forward to filming when you were going through the script for the first time?
Well, definitely all of the stuff in Croatia because I that was my first time going to Europe, so I thought that'd be pretty cool. Um, and I guess just anything with the whole cast, and I felt it would just be a really good chance to have new experiences with all of these really awesome and cool people. So yeah, just anything all together.
Was there a particular scene like throughout the movie that like challenged you most, from an acting perspective, whether it was like an emotional scene or a physical scene or
I guess just a lot of the stunt sort of scenes. I really love doing them. It was also a little bit of a challenge because it was my first like big stunts that I've done. But it was challenging, but it was a lot of fun.
so that's cool though. So you got to actually do some of like your own stunts.
Mhm.
Oh, that's really fun because I know like sometimes like obviously they don't want the main actors, you guys to they don't want anybody to get hurt, but they don't want you guys to get hurt, especially. So that's cool. They got to let you do some of that stuff. I was getting to ride on that bike with James McAvoy when he takes you like around like the block.
It was actually a lot of fun. I was kind of scared at first, because I'm a scaredy cat to rides and stuff, but it was a lot of fun. James is a very exciting person, so going around all day on the bike was fun.
Okay, so I was gonna say, how many times did you guys? Because I mean, like I know sometimes shooting a scene, it's like you'll do it, over and over again. So did you get to kind of ride around the block like several times throughout the day?
Yeah, but it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't mind.
he seems like he's a fun guy. And speaking of of James, he's gotten really good at playing a psycho in some of the the films that he's done over the years. So what was it? Firsthand getting to just kind of see him of an actor of his caliber kind of, go to work and really throw himself into the character.
It was crazy. I mean, rehearsal or filming, recording or not, he'd always be in character whenever we'd say action. Whenever James would say action, it was such a learning experience to see, and just to see him switch into his character so fast was just crazy to me and mind blowing. He's just such an amazing actor, and I really took an awe to that. Like that was crazy.
I mean, you had like an amazing cast, like overall, you had James, you had, Scoot, you had Mackenzie Davis, Aisling, Dan. What did you just kind of learn from everybody else, working on this film? And how does, working with that kind of talent around you, how does that kind of help you elevate your own performance?
I definitely learned just to be out there and just be yourself. Like don't hide away. I'd always see all of the actors asking questions whenever they needed to, and that really brought a lot more confidence in me to go up to more people and ask questions and not be scared to want to know something new or to not know something yet and just to learn something. Um, but being around all of those professionals was just really, really rad.
I'm sure it's an
um,
experience you'll never forget for sure.
Yeah.
Did any of them kind of give you, any advice, just like, moving forward in your career or?
I guess just it was already just watching everybody in their fields and stuff when we were recording or when we were filming. It was just me learning stuff on the way.
Yeah, just getting that like firsthand experience, getting to see them, do their thing like right there in person.
Mhm.
What was it like to film some of the more intense scenes? So obviously, like as we get into the third act and everything kind of starts getting crazy, like what was it like to film some of those scenes? I know you said you got to do some of your own, stunts in the film.
It was definitely a lot because a lot of it was at night, very long night shoots, but it was also like I love doing that kind of stuff. I love doing all the horror, drama, thriller sort of things. That's really where my heart is. So it was, I mean, I don't really mind doing that kind of crazy stuff. So,
Yeah, yeah. I had read like in another interview that like horror is like one of your favorite genres. Where did your love of horror kind of come from, I guess?
well, I've always just sort of, my first pick for movies have always just been horror. And I guess since I'm an actress, I know it's all just fun and it's just play. So I guess I'm not sure. I like the feeling of watching horrors and stuff and
Yeah.
being in horrors. I just like the thrill of it.
What are just in the spirit of, we're right around the corner. I mean, I already consider this, time like kind of spooky season, but what are some of your favorite horror films to watch, especially as it kind of gets closer to Halloween?
Definitely all of the Fear Streets. I loved the Fear Streets. They were so cool. And I mean, speak no evil.
Oh yeah. Yep, yeah, you got to have that up there for sure. And yeah, Fear Street. I can't wait for they're working on a new one for Netflix. I don't know if it's supposed to come out next year or I'm assuming probably next year because I think they're already like filmed it. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that series as well because I grew up kind of watching Goosebumps and everything. So that's right up my alley. Oh, can you talk about the experience of just working with director James Watkins and kind of what makes him stand out as a director for you?
James Watkins is such, first of all, an understanding and amazing. He's, it's like, it's hard to describe, but he was just so different to me and so out there than a lot of people that I've worked with. He was so kind and so respectful, and he was just easy to adapt to, I guess, and just easy to talk to. He was funny, he was kind, he was nice, and it was just, it made filming Speak No Evil a lot just a better experience.
Yeah, no, I'd say that always, makes it nice when you have a director that's really like kind of open and listening to you guys. Is there just to get to kind of wrap things up for at least for the Speak No Evil part, is there anything else that you'd like to say about, working on the film? No, I know you guys, I won't ask you any specifics. Obviously, I know you can't talk about it, but how are things going with filming My Life with the Walter Boy season two, just like overall in general?
Um, for my life with the Walter Boys, things are going pretty great. I mean, it's so nice to see everybody again, and everybody's so grown up. All of the younger group is all grown up now, and it's just it was really nice seeing them for the first time again. It was really like just I guess a family bonding moment.
Yeah, because it was really it was like I mean now it was like like several years ago where you guys did like the filming of the first season, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm sure yeah, there's definitely a difference between yeah, some of you guys just like growing up. So obviously can't wait for that to come back and yeah, as far as like Speak No Evil, yeah, anything else you'd like to say to the fans? It did really well, at the box office. I saw that it overperformed as far as like what expectations were. So anything about that? And then, as always, where can fans just stay up to date with your work moving forward?
To everybody, thank you so much for watching Speak No Evil and showing how much you love the movie. I'm just really, I think everybody in the Speak No Evil cast just really deserves all of this congratulations and stuff because everybody worked so hard for this, and I think everybody really deserves it. Um, and where to keep update, I guess you could go to IMDb or my Instagram account at Alix West Lefler.
Perfect. All right. Well, yeah, as always, Alex, I will make sure to link that, down below so people can stay up to date with your work. And yeah, thank you again for coming back on the show. It was great having you on talking about my life with the Walter boys, but getting to have you back on here for Speak No Evil. And yeah, looking forward to the next time we have you on.
Of course. Thank you so much.